So we are here and we're going to talk about the for loops. So a for loop is a way to go through an array or an iteratable. Well, essentially, you can go through an array with a for loop. So now to create a for loop is not like a while loop or the others. It's going to have an array. As you can see, we have this my array here. And here I'm going to put in a variable. So I can put like for item, okay, or for I, or for whatever. It's all your choice. You are basically creating a variable at this point. So I can say for item in my array, okay. So for every item in this array, for example, I just want to print let's say this is, then put a comma here and put item. Now as I said before, this item is a variable that we created, and at every point in time, each element in this my array here is going to be equal to this item. I'm just going to run this so that I won't confuse you more than this. So as you can see, this is 1, this is 3, this is hello, and this is world. Essentially what that has done is it went through this array. So the first time it went through it, item was equal to 1, so it says this is 1. Then it finishes and goes again and says item equals to 3, and it prints this is item 3, sorry, this is 3, and yes, again and again and again. So hopefully you get the general overview of a for loop. And the good thing about loops, which I didn't even say in the while loop anyways, is because we have two things here. We have something called the break and we have something called the continue. The continue is used to skip some specific type of items. So here now I can say if item is equal to 3, or should I say if item is not equal to 3. This exclamation here means not equal to, and yes, then I can say continue. Okay, so if I run this now, the only thing you should see is this is 3, because if the item is not 3, it's going to skip everything under here, okay, and go to the next item, if you understand what I mean. So the only one we are looking for is 3. So if it's not 3, it's just going to continue, and yeah, when it gets to 3, it prints it, but the others are not 3. Also, instead of continue, we can do break. But the break, what it's going to do is after going through the first one, you say if item is not 3, yes, 1 is not 3, then I'm just going to remove this not equal to and put equal to equal to. So if the item is 3, then we want to stop the loop. Okay, so if I over here I can just do print loop ended, and now if I run this now, you should see this is one loop ended, because when it came here, it saw that item is 3, so it got rid of the loop, it ended the loop, and it continued the code from down here. So now let's say after this world I have something like 6 and I have 8 over here. Now I can say if item equals to 6, then break. So if I run this, you should see 1 3 hello world, and the loop ended, because at this point where item is 6, it stopped the loop. It didn't skip the 6, okay, like the continue does. It just stops it, and every other thing after it is useless. Okay, so with all that said, I think and I hope you understand the concept of loops. This is just it in a nutshell. There are a lot of things you can do with loops. And for the last thing, as a bonus, what I'm going to show you is the range function. So the range function actually returns an iteratable, but the range function, you can have something like 1 to 20 in here, and it's going to go through all those. I'm just going to remove this, and I'm just going to print item, and hopefully you should see this is 1 to 19. And yes, it's not going to add 20 because Python is weird, and basically any programming is weird. If you want this to start from 0 to 19, you can just get rid of that one, and you see 0 to 19. Also, if you want it to like skip one number, you can put a comma and put like 2. So it's going to skip 1 and put 0 to, it is basically just going to get like the even numbers from 0 to 20, if I'm not mistaken. So okay, yep, sorry about that. I have to put a starting index, which is 0, and I run this. You're going to see 0 2 4 6 8 10 12.